Hi, Chris.
Hello, hello.
And hi to you for what we're calling Clergy with Coffee on Couches. So cheers. The idea is that Chris and I are going to have a chat about some of the things that we're learning in our amazing autumn campaign, Every Perfect Gift. So we're 3 or 4 weeks into that now. Chris, one of the main things that is underlying all the things we've been thinking about is the concept of gratitude. So I wonder what gratitude means for you.
Well, what I've recognized is that gratitude is something that I actually didn't pay as much attention to until this pandemic, and realizing that there are many gifts that we are blessed with by God, and sometimes we don't even recognize them because it's just a part of our daily routine. And yet this pandemic has uprooted everything. And even the small things, such as family, became so large, being able to gather together, community, and to express that gratitude and to express that thanks to God has become really important, and something that has become a practice for me to just really think about the many things that sometimes I take for granted, and yet to offer thanks, and to also think about how then I can share that same gift with others.
Yeah. So in the words of the great 20th century prophet Joni Mitchell, you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been the story of the pandemic, isn't it? It's forced us to consider, the comforts, the luxuries, even the rights that we have that we are temporarily not enjoying, and that's got to fill you with gratitude, hasn't it?
Most definitely.
The only other option is resentment, and who needs that? Yeah.
Definitely not. And it's one of those things I have found that even within my own prayer life, how easy it can sometimes be to name all of the things that I want God to provide for me. And yet we gather every Sunday around table, and as we break bread, we give thanks. And how important that offer for gratitude and the thanksgivings that are being shared with us in our day-to-day lives, how that should be very much a part of our prayer life and our connection as a community, but as well with the world.
Yeah.
And if we're going to take this practice that we gather and go out into the world and continue to break of ourselves and break bread with others, then offering a prayer of thanks and gratitude is key to our faith.
Yeah, and it changes your perspective, doesn't it? I think when you are living with an attitude of gratitude, I sound like a Baptist preacher, don't I? An attitude of gratitude, it does change you. The things that you would normally view as obstacles, as things that are to be unwelcome. We don't want this particular thing in my life. To be open to gratitude, I think it can change how we look at those things. I've got this idea that there's this super level of gratitude where if we get so good at it, we can actually start to see negative experiences, even times of suffering and difficulty, as ways in which God is working out some mysterious plan. To that end, I'm trying to eliminate judging things as good and bad. Something happens, my immediate response is, oh, that was good, or something happens and, oh, that was bad. And what I think I'm trying to discipline myself into doing is suspending judgment, because I don't know what's going to happen here. That God might be using this event to do some extraordinary thing that I can't even imagine. And so to dismiss it as bad is perhaps premature. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think about how much that is what we're called to be as followers of Jesus, and stepping out into this world, almost providing countercultural. It's so easy to kind of look and label things as good and bad, and yet to take that pause and to really look for the blessings that are within every situation, as well as to be able to look at it in a lens of prayer. I think is so key to just even how we live and walk in a way of life.
Yeah, very good. So maybe there's something we're learning here then about gratitude being not simply a saying thank you to God as we pray, but a way of living that is like a lens on our eyes that is able to discern God, behind the normal stuff of life, and seeing everything as a gift, even the things that perhaps don't seem pleasant at the time.
Yeah. It's actually funny. So in our Sunday school this past week, the kids gathered together and we were talking about the gifts in our lives. And it was easy to name the Nintendos and flat screen TVs and all of these treasures that really are meaningful to us and bring us joy. But then we also began to think about the other gifts in our lives and to think about the things that sometimes don't just pop to our mind, and to give gratitude and to give thanks and realize, like, wow, like these are the things that actually motivate me. Love came up. Like what a gift it is to be loved and to be able to then share love, and to say this is of God. This is divine, and yet even in those moments where life is difficult or we've lost our game, to know that there's all of these other blessings and gifts that are still within. So even our children and youth this Sunday were looking from a different lens of their day-to-day lives and what they have, and realizing that there are gifts that are beyond something that we might find in our drawer in our homes, but that are something that are within us, and it's within the actions that we, it's the way how we live.
Wonderful. Yeah. Excellent. So a takeaway then could be, let's live with gratitude.
Yes.
Yeah, let's actually do it everywhere we go.
Just imagine what the world would look like if that was the way how
it would be transformed.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much, dissatisfaction. Some of it, well deserved. But once we get into that kind of resentful frame of mind, we're destroying ourselves, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. This has been enlightening. Thanks for talking, and we'll do another one of these as well. So watch out for that on our YouTube channel. And cheers, and God bless you.